We're getting some new information regarding action President Trump may take in reviewing America's handling of terror suspects. Let's get right to our CBS News national security correspondent, David Martin at the Pentagon. David, what can you tell us?
Well, first, Vlad, we need to point out that what we're reporting on is simply a draft of an executive order that the president might issue. We do not know if he is going to issue this order or when, but in its draft form, the order calls for a review of some of the most controversial policies of the original war against terror. It calls for reviewing the possibility of opening the CIA secret prisons overseas where high-value terrorists like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed were held and subjected to waterboarding and other so-called enhanced interrogation techniques. And at the same time, it calls for a review to be completed within 120 days of whether enhanced interrogation techniques, waterboarding, should be reinstituted. Now, that is much easier said than done because, one, there is a law against using interrogation techniques other than the ones that are contained in an Army field manual, and that Army field manual specifically rules out the use of force to get information out of suspected terrorists. So there's a large say that Congress would have in this, since that would go counter to a law that Congress has passed and President Obama signed into law. And of course, the most vocal and leading opponent of any return to enhanced interrogation techniques would be Senator John McCain. And finally, this order would call for continuing to send captured terrorists or suspected terrorists to the prison at Guantanamo. As you know, during the Obama administration, part of his effort to close the prison there was to stop sending prisoners there. He got the population at Guantanamo down to 41, but couldn't get it closed entirely. Now, what success this review will have, of course, remains to be seen. The new Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, famously told then President-elect Trump in his job interview when Trump asked him about reinstituting these enhanced interrogation techniques. Mattis told the President-elect that he had found that a couple cigarettes and a bottle of beer did a lot more to get information out of the suspect than did enhanced interrogation techniques. The new director of the CIA, Mike Pompeo, is on record as favoring the return to enhanced interrogation techniques, but he will have to deal with the rank and file of the CIA, which views returning to these secret prisons and the enhanced interrogation techniques as just a recipe for lawsuits and legal headaches for years to come. And the CIA has considered itself well rid of being out of the jailer business of holding suspects at secret sites and then interrogating them using these enhanced techniques. So even if this draft gets issued, it's got a long, long way to go.
Yeah, David, our Nancy Cordes was able to obtain a copy of the draft, and we've been going through it. And so some of the things that you point out for our viewers, it does mention Army Field Manual 2223. It goes on to say, though, that this manual provides, this is, I'm quoting here, provides a significant statutory barrier to the resumption of the CIA interrogation program. And it goes on to say the detention, treatment, interrogation, and transfer of enemy combatants in the war on terror by officers, employees, and other agents of the United States shall comply with all laws of the United States. You've pointed out that Senator John McCain has said the law is a law. We are not bringing back torture in the United States. So would Congress have to authorize any kind of action if the president decided to authorize this or decided to sign this executive action?
Well, you know, I'm on shaky grounds when I start talking about what Congress has to do. But at the end of the day, Congress has the power of the purse. And Congress could simply say no agency of the United States government can expend funds to hold a prisoner at a secret location and use enhanced interrogation techniques. But I think there would be a much more spirited attempt to block any effort by the administration to use its executive powers to start instituting these procedures all over again.
All right, David Martin reporting for us at the Pentagon. David, we appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Sure.